With 12 years in FMCG marketing under her belt, Deborah Nilens now heads customer marketing at Colruyt Group, delivering growth for businesses, brands and teams. She's leading a programme to integrate large-scale personalisation into Colruyt Group's diverse retail brand ecosystem.
Hi Deborah.
Hello.
How do you do?
Very well, thank you.
Welcome on my small stage.
Thanks.
So you work at Colruyt Group, which is a Belgian supermarket, but it's more than that. Over 40 plus brands.
Yes, indeed.
Can you talk us through what kind of business is
Yeah,
it?
we're very
Colruyt.
happy to. Colruyt is actually a Belgian retail group. We originated in the 1920s, starting with one brand, Colruyt.
It's pretty old,
prices.
actually.
Yeah, it's pretty old. Yeah, definitely. But we started indeed a long time ago. But over time, we did diversify our portfolio, and now today we have over 40 brands within that portfolio, which is kind of also indeed again the challenge that we're managing today as a Belgian retailer.
What kind of brands? Because it's supermarket, but
Yeah.
it's all retail.
It's very diversified. So we work in different areas. So we have retail brands, many different brands there. But
Colruyt is low cost, but the other brands are not specifically low cost.
No. We, for example, also have a retail concept on biological products, for example.
Nice.
But next to that, we're also active in the health sector. But we also have, for example, a chain of gas stations, which is That's 24. So it's super diversified.
So because it's important to express, it's pretty wide, a large multi-brand company. And you want to focus on, let's say, grow, but you have a big skill and it's complex. And you want to focus on personalized customer experience.
Yes.
What are the challenges?
Well, if you would think of a company having multiple brands, of course, our challenge is there to make every brand relevant for a customer. And our customers today, they interact with each brand individually. Where we see our challenge is to actually leverage more the group element of it, to make sure that they interact with Colruyt as a group and that they also see the value of combining multiple brands in our portfolio.
Yeah, and that's a specific strategy because you could always also choose not to do so.
Yeah, indeed. Yes, but it's a conscious choice.
And you want to let's say, experience the advantages of being part of the group.
Yes, absolutely.
So, and then you ask Adobe as a technology partner. What do you expect from them?
Yeah. The thing that we're trying to work out today is actually we have decentralized brands. And the brands are decentralized for a very good reason. They all have their own individual strategy, which they translate into tactics and operations. But then there's a part of the organization that we do centralize because it's just more optimal to organize some stuff centrally. Like, for example, managing our customer records, it's more efficient if you just do it in a central way. And so for us, it's really about Adobe helping us to simplify, empower, and connect with our customers. Simplify in the way that we just want to make customers' lives easier at all times. We have many different ways in which we can do that, going from putting eco scores on products, digital receipts, just simplifying their life overall. We want to empower them as well to make good choices in terms of nutrition, in terms of conscious consumption, so just empowering them to do that. But we also want to connect. We want to connect with them, with our brands, but we also want them to connect in between or with each other.
Yeah.
Which is
but what is simplifying for the one person is different for the other.
Definitely.
Yeah. That's the issue.
That's the issue. And that's where personalization at scale and hence what Adobe can offer for us comes in place. Because there we really want to make sure that, okay, if we take the value of simplification, it's something else for you than it is for me. If you might be a conscious consumer, and so simplification could be for you that it's really easy to find products in our assortment that are generating a very low impact on the planet. This could be what helps you to make your choice simple. I, for example, could have a big family and only a small budget, so I might want to handle my budget in a good way. And also there, we really want to put people with simple solutions to make those choices to also manage their budget well. So simplicity for you and for me is different. And now we can really tailor-make a solution for each and every of our customers.
Yeah, so you're also looking at the values of your customers, but maybe also based on the values of your company.
Definitely, yes.
Yeah. So there you want to find some kind of combination.
Absolutely.
Yeah. You're at the beginning of the transformation right now?
Yes.
Spent quite some time in preparing.
Absolutely.
That's always good. How did you go about it so far?
Yeah, it was already quite a journey. We started over a year ago, I would say almost 2 years ago, with more of a strategic exercise.
Okay.
Just really making our strategy clear, putting our goals out there. Followed by a really big fit gap analysis. Of course, if you want to get somewhere, there's probably a good reason why you're not there yet. And one of the things that we discovered is that we didn't really have the good technology in place to do that personalization at scale. So hence the reach out for Adobe. We didn't do that directly. So we went also through an RFP process. So we identified the gap and then we went into the market looking for the right solution. The RFP then indeed brought us to make the choice for Adobe, which we're now implementing through our implementation partner, Accenture.
Yeah, so you're working Adobe and Accenture.
Yes,
combined. And you picked them both
independently.
Actually, it could also been another mix.
It could have been another mix. Yes.
But that's what it is. So now you're moving from ideation and selection towards implementation.
Yes.
What are the lessons so far?
Yeah, so actually we're implementing it today. We're only at the beginning of our journey because we are going to ramp it up very soon. And I would invite everybody also to join the Tech Talk later on, where we will share a bit more on how that's going so far. But how we're going about implementing, I think the combination of the both teams is very important. We consciously chose for an implementation partner because they do bring in some knowledge from the outside. But it's also important to combine it with the knowledge that you have within your own company. I would not advise to do only the one or only the other, but how we set up for success, and it's quite, just our story, is that we combine the best of both, bringing the outside in, but also your own expertise is super fundamental, and that's how we aim to get the most out of it.
So you have to create teams, work together, but also, let's say, invest in your own people within the company.
Absolutely.
Because otherwise it's all external.
Yeah, which is what you don't want. You really want to have an optimal combination.
Yeah. You said you will do a tech talk, but please let me, just a question about tech. How do you see the MarTech stack that is evolving and it will empower the different brands? How will you manage that?
Yeah. Well, I explained earlier, like part of our organization is centrally set up, and also our technology, managing the different technologies that we use in a combined way, is also managed in a central way. So what we hope for is that...
because that is the issue, because the company itself is decentralized, because the brands are decentralized.
But some aspects are central.
Yeah, and this is quite important that it is central managed.
Absolutely, yes.
Go on.
Because then you can actually, you can see the whole puzzle instead of having all your pieces spread out. So what we're hoping it will bring is actually to have a more efficient solution, having less different technologies, combining stuff that is now spread all over into one solution, enabling us to, personalize at scale, also in a real-time way.
Yeah. Because we see a visualization which is a little bit like Peter just explained what you can do with the tools.
Yes.
And all that work, creating campaigns, for example, will be done centralized.
The creation of the content, yes and no, but then the setting up of the journey and everything that goes into the AAP, yes, that will be a centralized exercise.
Okay. So there's a marketeer of a specific brand and it has to work with headquarters.
Yes.
To work that out.
Yes. So also that setup is something that we will need to be very mindful of.
Yeah. Because the key question is, when it's all in place, what will be the differentiator for the success? What will make the success?
Yeah, a lot of debate about that, but for me personally, it would be the people. Because we have a lot of beautiful people in place who are really talented and have great skills, but you do see that also a new set of skills is required to make this transformation. And they were very aware that having the right people in place with the right skill sets, and which is also certain skills that still need to be developed, is very important. Because technology is one thing, but you do still need your people to interact with the technology, choose to make the right actions based on the insights that are generated. And so there, I would say people is a very important
But I can imagine that's still an organizational challenge because there are some marketeers working for brands and they have to change the way they work because there's more, let's say the whole tech is now centralized. So they have to work together.
Yes, definitely.
Or are they looking forward to do so? because it changes their job or it makes it more professional? Or?
Well, it's kind of exciting and scary at the same time. So they see the enormous opportunities that are there, like how it can really help us and how it can move us forward. But it's also quite, they see it as kind of a challenge to go with that change and to.
We invited you to share this story because of the multi-brand, a big organization. However, sitting here in the audience, having maybe a little bit smaller organization, what's the most important learning you want to share with them?
Yeah, I would say really chop it up into pieces. Don't see it as a super huge, enormous project, but really go one step at a time, looking at how you can really create value in small steps, chopping it up. And that will also, if you're a smaller organization, maybe with a smaller budget, and even if you're a big organization and you want to just do it efficiently and not waste a lot of budget, I would say chop it up, do it small, and then you can also really manage your budgets a whole lot better.
Thank you so much. Good luck with the next step. What is the most important step till Christmas?
The most, RG2, the end of the definition phase that's coming up now, end of October. So that's a big milestone
so you're quite busy. Made some time to share a story here.
Yeah, you're
Deborah,
welcome.
thank you so much. With a big hand.